No, you can't. That's like me turning Gerald the Fitness Mascot into me, or me into Gerald the Fitness Mascot. We're made of completely two different things. Time of that. Bald A-hole here. Thank you for joining me as always. And if you have just stumbled across this video and you're looking at me going, what the hell does he know about fitness? You make a very good point. But I tell you what I don't like more than anything, lies. Nobody wants to be lied to. It hurts your feelings and it makes you sad in your tum-tum. So if right now, if you are trying to get ripped, or you're trying to lose weight, or you're trying to lose fat, I promise you, these are 10 of the biggest lies you shall read on the internet. Number 10 is that eating small, frequent meals will boost your metabolism. Now, this can happen. Of course it can happen. You can never say yes or no to anything in the world of bodybuilding, and if anybody ever does, they're probably talking crap because it's going to be very specific to you. But this is a myth from many, many years ago. And the problem now is that a lot of people have decided, well, that's all I need to do. I don't need to reduce calories. I don't need to make smart, healthy choices with what I'm eating when it comes to my diet. All I need to do is take my usual food and rather have it in 3 meals, have it in 6 meals, and all of a sudden I'll start to lose weight. That's not how it works. There's something out there called the warrior diet where you just have all your calories in 1 meal and you don't eat anything else. And for some people, that's a massive success. The reason I have 5 to 6 meals a day is because I'm an absolute pig and I'm a fat ass, and it means I have something to look forward to. If I ate them all in 3, I'd be like, man, what am I supposed to do now? Because life to me is all about eating. So just figure out a plan and figure out a schedule that works for you, or a dosage, frequency, whatever it would be, and stick to that. I don't know why I said dosage. That's not how you eat food. 1 dosage, please. What does that even mean? But you do not need to worry about this. So if you do have a very hectic schedule at work, you don't need to sneak away at 10:30 and then 12:30 and then 3:30, etc. You can have breakfast, you can have lunch, you can have dinner. If you want to try the other way, you absolutely should. But is this the be-all and end-all like so many articles tell you? No. And sticking with metabolisms, then at number 9 is that overweight people, every single one of them, apparently have a slow one. And yes, there will be people out there with slow metabolisms, but there's thin people with slow metabolisms. There's average people with slow metabolisms, and there's overweight people with slow metabolisms, fast metabolisms, average metabolisms, right? It just all depends on you. Now, the metabolism in general gets quite a bad rap because some people will get overweight and they just go, well, it's my metabolism. And it's like, when it's not your metabolism, it's you. The word metabolism has lost all meaning. But it's you, right? Because you have to respond to how your body deals with food. So if you do have a slow metabolism, so your body takes ages to break down food, and you keep stuffing it with food, and that means you're going to put on fat easier, well, tough luck, Joe. You're just going to have to deal with that. But the reason you got to an overweight state is because you ate too much food. Now, it may not be as much food as somebody else doesn't need. That was the worst grammar ever. But you just may have pulled a bad hand. I said this the other day in the video. So many people said, I try everything. I go to the gym perfectly. I do this, I do that. You can't fault my workout at all. I'm like, okay, well, you got to ring your parents up and yell at them then, because it means you got crappy genetics. And it's the same with this. If you're overweight and you're trying to diet desperately, well, you got to diet harder. I know you don't want to hear that, but it's true. There's no pill and there's nothing else. And I'm not talking about people that actually have a genuine disease and a genuine health issue. I'm just talking about the people that think, well, I'm in a calorie deficit now, and you're not. And it has nothing to do with your metabolism. Sure, that may mean you have to eat less, or you may have to eat more, depending on what you're trying to do and what your goals are. But that's not the reason. It isn't. And too many times we use this and a lot of other things as an excuse. And I understand. I get it. Dieting, trying to lose weight, trying to lose fat, trying to get in shape is the hardest thing in the world, because you can't go outside anymore without there being a billboard going, cheese. So you just have to do your best with it. But don't blame it on all this outside stuff, because it's not true. And number 8 is yo-yo dieting will ruin your health. I mean, it certainly could do. And I know people like Christian Bale, the actor, right? He went on extreme diets and he got really small for The Extremist, I think it was called. And then he kind of got like a relatively bulky body for Batman Begins. And he was told by a physician that you should probably not doing this because it's not good for you. Tom Hanks, the same thing. He did it for Castaway in Philadelphia. But I don't think anybody is going to, those lengths constantly. And that's a very, very specific thing. But if you keep trying to lose weight and then you put it back on and then you lose weight and you're doing it basically healthy, well, you're mostly going to be okay. The reason I put this one in here is because I was talking to someone the other day. They were a very nice gentleman and I appreciated them. And I did try and tell them this, not 100% sure they wanted to hear it, which is also fine. It's totally down to you. Is that he felt like he couldn't lose weight anymore because he tried too many times and now it was adversely affecting his health. That to me is just gibberish, trying to be as nice as possible. Because if you are overweight, that is going to be far worse from you from a healthy point of view than making sure that you get in shape. And I don't like the BMI, but everybody talks about it, that your BMI is in the right range. So don't think that you've tried too many times. Carl Pilkington once said something like you shouldn't do exercise because the human body only has so many heartbeats. So if you do exercise, you're using up your heartbeats. That's kind of the same as trying to get in shape, we'll just call it, or lose weight. If you need to do it, you can do it, and you can have as many tries as you want. Number 7 is always a good one, and that's that you can't eat late at night because you'll get fat. I don't understand where this one came from. Your body doesn't care. If you go to bed after eating a big meal, it doesn't go, oh man, now we're going to turn this into fat. Obviously, this probably came from the fact that you're sedentary at night, right? You are laying there and not doing anything, whereas your breakfast, you're probably going to burn a lot of it off by the end of the day if you're out there and about and doing exercise and whatnot. But once again, it all just comes down to your total amount of calories in the day. Once more, if you just have a meal before bedtime and you're only taking 1,000 calories and you're a 250-pound dude, you're going to lose weight. There's no voodoo magic powers about eating late at night. Some people even give it a specific time. You can't eat after 9 p.m. What are you, Gizmo? No, you're not Gizmo. You're not a gremlin. Get your food in. That's it. Once again, if you want to eat all of it in the morning, do it. If you want to eat all of it in the middle of the day, do it. End of the day, do it. Throughout the day, do it. Some people that are trying to really super bulk will get up in the middle of the night, they will set an alarm, they woke up, and then eat some food, and then they'll go back to bed. And these are people that are trying to get super jacked. Do you really think they would do that if it was just magically going to turn into your fat? The process is always the same. And once again, sure, you're going to burn, well, pretty much no calories when you are dozing off, but that doesn't make a blind bit of difference unless you've spent the day eating 700 pizzas. But that isn't because you had your last pizza at 11, it's because you had 699 before it. Number 6 drives me nuts, and it's that you can spot reduce any type of fat. You can't. People go, I want to get rid of my bingo wings. Well, tough. It's going to go when it's going to go. I want to get rid of my belly fat. Same thing. Ass fat, leg fat, whatever it will be. When you start losing weight, which obviously means you're then going to start losing fat, it's just going to go in the way your body wants to get rid of it. Some people are super lucky and they hold the weight in areas that you wouldn't really be able to see. Other people are like me and they have an ass like a shelf. That's where I hold all of my weight. My body goes like this. And it's not because I squat, it's because all of my fat goes there. I suppose it provides a nice cushion to when I'm sitting down. But if you see an article or you see a video or anyone tries to tell you, oh, if you do this specific exercise or you eat this specific thing, all of a sudden your bingo wings, I hate that saying, will go away. It's not true. And if they do go away, it's just because that's the area of fat your body decided to get rid of. That's how it works. It's flipping completely random. Number 5 is that fasted cardio burns more calories. It doesn't. I don't want to spend too long on this one because we've talked about it to death, but I have to put it in a video like this on here because so many people ask it. I do fasted cardio because I like it. I do fasted cardio because I can wake up and get my cardio out the way, because anytime I don't do this and I get to later in the day, I never want to look at a cardio machine again. Do it fasted, do it unfasted, just do cardio. It's good for your heart. And number 4 is the same kind of thing. You can turn fat into muscle. No, you can't. That's like me turning Gerald the Fitness Mascot into me, or me into Gerald the Fitness Mascot. We're made of completely 2 different things. So once again, if you are a fat person, then you become a muscly person. What you did is you lost the fat and then you beat the muscle. The fat didn't turn into muscle. I still go to family gatherings today. They go, you got to turn the fat into muscle. I just go, yes, that's what I'm going to do. And you're like, I'll stab you with this pen. I don't understand where this came from. I really, really don't. Actually, no, I probably do. Because what happens a lot of the time is that bodybuilders will stop going to the gym. They'll stop training, probably come off whatever the hell they're on. But they'll keep eating the same quantity of food. And then you are going to get fat. Of course you are. Because you're consuming a bunch of calories and you're not burning them anymore. But once again, that's not muscle turning into fat. That's just you getting fat. Number 3 is an interesting one, because you do read this a lot, and that is that you must have a cheat day when you're trying to lose weight. Now, I would say that you should probably plan in a cheat day, because it will stop you breaking your diet. I've said this 1,000 times. If you want to have nachos on a Wednesday, but you know Saturday at 6 p.m. is nacho time, you'll wait till Saturday at 6 p.m. as opposed to have them on a Wednesday, have them on a Saturday. But there is something in the bodybuilding world called a refeed, which is when your body's metabolism kind of does get a bit stuck, and you need to throw some food in there in order to get it revving again. But that now has been copy and pasted into general fitness, where people are like, oh yeah, now I need my cheat meal to lose weight and fat. No, you don't. Don't. If you want to have nice food, just accept that you're going to eat nice food. Don't come up with some bizarre science behind it. Sometimes that's not how it works, and you have to cut out all nice food, well, not all nice food, because there's healthy things you can eat, but the junk food that we all enjoy, and just strive for that one goal. That's it. That's what you've got to do. And I understand, I used to do this as well when I used to go on cuts and be like, well, I get a pizza today, I've got to give myself a refeed. Based on what? What does that even mean? If you're trying to lose weight, you know what you're trying to do. And also, even if these bodybuilders didn't have a refeed or a recomp, would it make a blind bit of difference? I mean, it would, but we're talking 1-2%. Remember your goals, remember what you're trying to do, and if you really desperately need some bad food, just eat it and justify it by saying, well, you know what, the last 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 weeks, I've smashed this diet, and now I'm just going to pat myself on the back. There's nothing wrong with that. It's not the be-all and end-all, and it certainly ain't life and death. Number 2 is that you should never weigh yourself every day. Why? I don't get it. People say, well, the scales won't move, and sometimes the scales will go up, which is true, right? Sometimes you could hold on to more water overnight, so you could be 14 stone. The next day you're 14.2, but that's okay, because the next day you could be 13.10. Like, you shouldn't do it every day unless you're going to freak out because you can't handle the number. But as long as you understand that the body can fluctuate, I don't see what the problem is here. But you see this all the time. The worst thing you can do when losing weight is run away. No, it may help some people and it may hinder some people. Make the choice for you and just do it. And remember, it is just a number on a scale. Even if it goes up to 14.5, if you're looking in the mirror and you're loving what you're seeing, you won. Number 1, carbs are death. Not wasting any time on this. Eat flipping carbs. And when you want to lose weight, have less carbs. But that's the same with calories in general. If you don't have carbs, unless you're well into keto, which is fine, but that's not the only way to lose weight. It's ridiculous. It's become popular now. You got to do keto. You got to do keto. Get out of here, Dave. I don't want to talk about keto. Carbs are a good source of energy. They're going to keep you happy. They're going to keep you full. They're going to keep you satiated. Just reduce the amount you're having. That's it. Now, please do leave a comment below and like the video, share the video, and subscribe to the bell ding ding so that the video is going live. There will be a video on the screen. Please do give it a click. Otherwise, grillofmine.com/Simon. You can Simon get 10% off. Talking about diets, Greg Doucette's Power 13 cookbook. Link in the description below at Simon316 on Instagram and Twitter. Patreon.com/Simon316 if you want to support me that way. Simon Miller at BigCartel.com. I'm on Cameo. Said all of that way too fast. It's just so hot in here. These damn lights are shining off my bald head. Goodbye. Cheese!